If you don't know how to price a paver patio, or you're new to the hardscape, landscape, higher profit margin projects, and you're curious how somebody prices these projects, you're in luck, because today I'm going to take a 20 by 20 paver patio and I'm going to break it down exactly how I get my numbers and how I mark it up to the customer. I'm going to jump right in it. So obviously the first step with any paver patio is figuring out the dimensions of it, figuring out how big it is. Now, if there's concrete, that's a whole separate line item on concrete demolition. But for this example, let's just picture it as plain grass. We're going to come in, we're going to excavate plain grass, and we're going to build a paver patio. So the first thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to need to calculate how many pavers we're going to use. So for this project, we're going to use Unilock Beacon Hill Smooth as an example. I actually have that paver right here. So this is the Granite Fusion. I'm just going to use the Unilock Beacon Hill Smooth for this example. So paver patio, it's a 20 by 20. We're going to need our main pavers. So Beacon Hill Smooth, their pallets are 116 square foot per pallet. And you can get this from their website or their catalogs. And if you use Belgard or another Techoblock or any other company like this, on their website, they'll have the square foot per pallet. So Unilock's 116 square feet per pallet. And for this example, let's say the pallets are $800. So if this is 400 square feet, we are going to need 4 pallets because each pallet is 116 square feet. And if you just do 3 pallets, 116 times 3, it's only going to be 348. So we're going to need more than that. We're going to need 4 pallets. We're going to need 4 times $800. 4 pallets times $800. So this is $3,200. Now, the next thing that we're going to want to calculate is we are going to need to calculate our border paver. So our border paver, I normally do copthorn for my border paver. I actually have that here as well. This is what copthorn looks like from Unilock. Excellent for borders. So let's just say that copthorn is $1,000 a pallet. We're going to need to figure out the linear foot of our patio to see how much copthorn we're going to need. So on a 20 by 20 paver patio, we have 20 feet here, 20 feet here, 20 feet here, and then 20 feet here. So that's 80 linear feet. But normally I like to do a double border. So we're gonna say, it's 80 linear feet, but we want to do a double border, so we need 160 linear feet of copthorn. Now, if you go on their websites, you can see, I'm looking at their website right here, that we are going to need 4 layers because there's 40 linear feet per layer on the copthorn pallets. You can see this on the website as well. So if you Google, if you're using a Belgard Holland, you just go on there and you see how many linear feet there are per layer. So on copthorn, it looks like we're going to need 4 layers because there's 40 linear feet per layer. So the pallet is $1,000 and there's 8 layers per pallet. So we're going to need half of a pallet. So border paver, we need 4 layers of copthorn. And remember, there's 8 layers per pallet, so just half of a pallet. And so 4 layers equals 0.5 of a pallet. A full pallet's $1,000, so let's just say $500. So we're going to need $500 in our border paver. Now it's base rock. So for base rock, there's a cool app on your phone that I highly recommend you get. It is called the Landscaping Calculator app. It looks like this. It has a red shovel, and what you can do is you can come on here to the gravel calculator, and I can punch in 20 by 20. For 3/4 base, let's calculate that first. For 3/4 base, we do 6 inches of depth, and then I'm going to calculate it. It's going to give me how many tons of base rock I need. So it says, I always round up. So I'm going to need 13 tons of 3/4 inch base. Base rock. So 3/4 inch, I'm going to need 13 tons. And in my area, 3/4 inch base rock is $38 a ton. So 13 tons times 38 equals, I'll do the math in a second, but then we'll also calculate our 3/8 chips. This is 6 inches of base of that, and then 3/8 chips is just 1 inch. So we do 1 inch of 3/8 chips as our bedding layer, and you can come to the gravel calculator app. You can go from 6 inches of depth to just 1 inch of depth, and you can calculate it. We need 2 tons. So 2 tons of 3/8 chips. And they're $38 a ton as well. So we are going to need, get my calculator out, 13 times $38 is $494. $494. And then for the 3/8 chips, 2 times 38 equals 76. So in total for base rock, it is $570. All right, so now next we're going to need some wood. My contractors love to use wood to create forms that they can install the pavers inside. So we're going to need wood. Let's just say it's $100 in forms. We're going to need concrete because we, as an edge restraint, we border our copthorn. Our copthorn border will be set in concrete. So these 80-pound bags are, let's just say $10 a bag. We're going to need 8 of them, so $80. Each concrete bag gets you roughly, I would say, 10 to 15 linear feet if you're getting the 80-pound bags. So $80 there. And then we're going to need poly sand, obviously. So then we do poly sand. Each bag of poly sand is roughly 70 square feet. So for poly sand, the bags are $50 a pop. And we'll take our 400 square feet divided by 70. And it says that we're going to need 5.74. Obviously, you would normally round to 6. But recently we've been short on poly sand and they're $50 a bag. So I'm going to jump it to 8 bags. We're going to need 8 bags at times $50 a piece. That equals 8 times 50, $400 in poly sand. And then we're going to need some delivery fees. It costs money to get these products to your job site. We're going to have one delivery fee for the base rock, and then we're going to have another delivery fee for the pavers and some of the other stuff. So for delivery fees, I normally charge $125 a pop, and we're going to have 2 of them. So we're going to have $250 in delivery fees, and then we're going to have dump fees as well, because it costs money to dump the dirt and the grass that we're taking out of that customer's property. Dump fees are also $125. I'm going to say we're going to have 3 trailers of dirt. 125 times 3, that's $375 in dump fees. Okay, and then we have labor, obviously. Now for the labor, what I normally like to do is I'll break it down into like 0.5 days. And I'll see how long I think it's going to take my contractor to get the project done. So like day 1 is base rock and excavation. And then I break it down. I reverse engineer the project. It helps me to see how many days I think it's going to take our team to build it. But let's just say it takes the team 3 days to build it. 3 days at $1,800 a day. That's what your contractor charges you per day, so 1,800 times 3 equals $5,400. So now we can add up our total cost on the patio. And we can take, I think that's everything. Yeah, that's everything. That's everything you need. Occasionally, you'll have irrigation that you'll have to move around. So in this case, I'll just throw an irrigation budget in there. So let's just say irrigation budget. I normally give it a budget, and I say that the price can change just because I don't want to like wait around or like have to turn on the irrigation system to get an estimate. So I say a budget and I shoot high. So the irrigation budget, let's just say, is $1,000. And I say that the price is subject to change. So we'll take 1,000 plus 5,400 in labor plus our dump fees plus our delivery fee plus our poly sand plus our concrete plus our wood plus our 3/8. Actually, I'll just take it plus the whole base rock is 570. And then we're going to have 500 in border pavers, and then we're going to have 3,200 in our main pavers. So our cost on the patio is $11,875. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this $11,875 and we're going to divide it by 0.35. Sorry, we're going to take this $11,875. It looked too good to be true. I was like, 33,000? What? We're going to take this $11,875 and we're going to divide it by 0.65. That's going to be the price of our patio. That looks about right. Had a little brain fart. So yeah, the owner, what the homeowner is going to pay is $18,269. So what I did is I took the cost of the patio and I divided it by 0.65 because that gives us a 35% margin. I'm shooting for a 35% margin on all of my projects. And so then what happens is it gives you, when you divide the cost by 0.65, it gives you the owner sale price, but then you need to find your profit. So to find your profit, you're going to take this 18,269 and you are going to subtract 11,875 from it, and you're going to get $6,394. That's your profit on the project. If you can control your material price and your contractor price. So in order to control these two prices, you need to make sure that you're ordering the right amount of materials, and you need to make sure that you have a contract in place with your contractor that states, this is what you're going to get paid to build this patio for us. And if something changes, we'll have new ink on a new contractor agreement, and that's how you control that cost. And the materials, you make sure that you're ordering just the right amount, and then if there's any leftovers, you're either returning it or you're keeping inventory on all the materials that your business has left over so you can utilize it on future projects. We use an Excel spreadsheet to do this in our business. Now, with all of this being said, this paver patio is going to take 3 days, and we're going to make $6,300, which is $2,000 a day. Now, this is amazing. Now, the key is having one of these every single day of the week, having 2 of these a week. And if you don't have any of these patios, well, you're not even going to need to estimate them. So marketing is key. And if you're struggling with marketing and if you're struggling keeping the calendar full, I recently just made a video that's for you. I went over all of my marketing techniques with low capital and with capital, and it will help you to keep your schedule full and to not worry about work. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. Please leave a like if this was valuable and it helped you. Leave a comment down below if there's anything I can help you with. I'd love to help. I also have a free school community where I put free videos in there about my mindset, my routines, my business, my operations, completely free. And we also have weekly group calls. I'd love to see you in there. Also, follow me on Instagram. I'm posting content, inspirational content, showing more of my day-to-day life. Thank you guys so much for watching. God bless and be great.